Okay, so let's try this again, huh? Welcome everybody to our third and final stream of the evening. You're watching Roll for Change. We're a nonpartisan community of podcasters, artists, and other creators working together to advocate for a more inclusive and just society. We run these streams to raise money for charities that support this goal, and today our charity is the American Immigration Council. The American Immigration Council promotes and defends laws and policies that honor our proud history as a nation of immigrants and seeks to drive a rational public discussion on immigration. The Council believes America's doors must remain open to those who come in search of safety and protection. The Council believes in honest debates driven by the facts, not fear, that immigrants deserve a fair opportunity to make their case before immigration officials, and that immigrants strengthen America by bringing skills, talents, and new energy to our economy. Please donate today. We've got two ways to do so. You can scroll down a little bit just below the stream here and see that there's a link. That link is bit.ly/rollforchange. You can also text the word council. That's COUNCIL, and then the amount that you're donating, and then your name to 41444. And I'll also go through. Anybody who donates is going to be entered into our raffle to win various sets of dice that we've got. So yeah, let's get started. I guess I'll start by saying I am Courtney. I'm a Comics Courtney on Twitter. And Mike, why don't you introduce yourself? Oh, Mike.
Hello, I'm Michael. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the other screen. Hi, everyone. I'm Michael. I am in a podcast called Cthulhu and Friends and also Firefly Podcast.
Ooh.
We will be playing a fun, short 3.5 adventure.
Who wants to go next? Scott?
Sure.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Scott. I am the host and DM of Seasons of Skyrend, a 5th edition D&D podcast, and you can find us at Skyrend Podcast.
Okay, and Tom?
My name is Tom Flanagan. I am the editor and right now the sole GM in the podcast Knights of the Night. We've been out for about 7 years. We do all different types of, the most recently we've been doing a lot of Dresden, and we're returning to that shortly.
All right, sounds good. Should we all introduce what characters we're playing for this?
Ooh.
Kind of just to get started. Okay, I'll take that as a yes then.
Wonderful idea.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
I am playing Vera Fatal, a human sorcerer, or I guess she's a sorceress, being female. She's got pretty good charisma, and she knows how to use it, if you know what I mean, boys. Scott, go ahead.
Yes, I am playing Eloria Velrona, and I have an owl companion named Chestnut. I am an elf ranger. I rely on my bow mostly.
My name is Elena Dawnsglory. I'm a cleric, 4th level as well. I'm human. I am a cleric of Palor.
Alina is your character's name?
Yes.
Cool.
And what was your first name again?
Alina is the first name. Dawnsglory is her surname. She's a cleric of Palor.
Okay. Writing down names so it's easier to remember.
Yeah, same. Well, I already had Eloria down, but Tom hadn't said what his character was, so. All right. So, Mike.
Okay.
Anytime.
So, adventuring together for a little while, gained a couple of levels, not so squishy, and you get this interesting note from the Duke of Hamel, and he tells you his niece and nephew, who are traveling with an entourage through a city, have disappeared. Men find out what happened. They have not returned. He has not heard anything from them. So he will give you land, a title, or money. Undertake this and find his niece and nephew.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, darlings, it sounds absolutely perfect for myself. I think that, yes, we can easily find these children.
So you will have to journey into the Copple Hills, and there's a small hamlet there, really a dot on the map.
Mm-hmm.
As you do this, it becomes, late into the fall. All Hallows Eve is coming up shortly, and strange things happen around the land during this time. Stride into the town. You notice that it is unbelievably quiet. You don't really hear the hustle and bustle of normal town life. There's still sounds of, animal life, things like that, horses, things like that, but just not a whole lot of people.
What time of day is this?
Near sunset, so nearly dusk.
I like this. It makes me feel uneasy.
Yes.
I know these small towns, they have hardly any nightlife at all to them. It's very dull.
Yes, but certainly someone must be coming back from the fields, or at least something. There should be someone around the town.
Well, maybe we should go to a tavern or something. I'm sure it's more likely to be lively there. Anyway, we won't want to be staying out when it's dark.
It's a fair idea. I can get behind that.
Lead the way.
All right, look around. It's got to be an obvious tavern, right?
Yes, you see that there is only one. It's called the Hamel Inn.
All right, I walk on
Dreary
in.
affair.
Oh, a dreary affair, folks. But I walk in anyway.
You push the door open. You push the door open, and immediately you see a large gathering of the townsfolk. You do not see drinks. It appears that they're having some sort of meeting.
I just slip in the back of the crowd and listen a bit.
I'll just lean up against the back wall, listen to see what's going on. Might be useful information.
I walk right to the crowd. Well, hello, darlings.
You see a wizened old man who's kind of in the center of this group, and he acknowledges you. So people, I know their situation, but calm. Someone that we can send to look for the children. And you hear murmurs throughout the crowd.
What's happened to these children?
Yes, children. A few. It's been over a week now. A strange, colorful dressed man came to town. Our goblin problem. And there was some disagreements on the payment, and he vowed his revenge.
So
When he came back from the fields, the children were all gone.
This man stole your children.
Oh, darlings, you shouldn't try to short people on what they do,
He seems very embarrassed. Well, there was some talk that he might have been causing it.
I already don't like this man.
Well, I never give in to rumors and hearsay, People can say anything, but I do feel for you about the children. We actually have already been looking for something similar, and honestly, we might, when I think about it, be looking for this person already, in a sense. What do you think, Elena?
Well, if this is tied to the same kids we're looking for, then Yes, and we should definitely do something about this. Even if you break a contract, stealing children feels a bit harsh.
Yeah, it's above and beyond. Do we have any input on where this individual at least left town? In what direction?
Yes, we had 3 children that were not abducted. One was lame; he couldn't keep up. One was blind; he didn't know where to go, and the other was deaf. So, going on. However, the lame one did say that they marched off towards that tall mountain, and he points out the window, and you see kind of a large, ominous mountain in the distance.
It's just a mountain. Why hasn't anybody gone yet?
Actually, several men have gone. No one's come back. Couple of the Duke's men show up, searching same thing, the missing children. But after we provided them provisions, they left, and we have not heard of them. Yeah. Here, can you hang on a second? I'm going to reset my internet. I think that's causing me some issues.
Yeah, it's been kind of stopping and starting.
Hang on a second.
Sure thing.
It almost seems too soon to run through my whole spiel for Roll for Change again. But hey, folks!
It's the perfect opportunity.
We're Roll for Change. We're currently at $1,175 for the American Immigration Council. So yeah, every little bit helps. So just go ahead and click on that link, or you can text 4144, text the word council and then the amount and then your name, and I'll go through and you'll be entered to win some lovely dice, and also be helping a great cause. It helps immigrants. Hi, Nick. With his lovely makeup. Hey!
Mike's
Is it working
back.
better?
Perfect.
It's not an adventure if there's no risk, right? All right, where was I cutting out? What do you need me to repeat?
There's a mountain. The Duke's men came. They were looking for, I guess, those kids. They took some provisions and then left also. And I guess also haven't been heard from, I think.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Big old mountain. Super scary. Dude steals children. I guess he's tough or whatever.
I definitely think we can put a stop to this if we try. I mean, for the kids.
If I might ask a question, could you go over quickly again the 3 children that did not go? I
Oh,
believe-
yes. Well, one had an injury.
One was lame.
His-
Yes.
His leg just doesn't work. The other was deaf and the other blind.
So the one couldn't keep up, the blind one couldn't follow, and the deaf?
Couldn't hear the call.
We're not really sure. He didn't seem to be affected.
Can we speak with these children before we go?
Certainly, but you do realize that they've been a little bit traumatized from this whole thing, so please be careful with your prodding.
Of course, darling. We'll be so gentle.
He tells the people to once again be calm, and then they disperse for the most part, with some rather habitual alcoholics remaining and the rest going home.
Okay.
Very well.
Actually,
bring the children to us, or we go to the children? Or are we getting food first? Are we staying for the night before we go out?
Sure. Those kids aren't getting any more stolen.
It's been a week. They say we don't find them in the first 48. Don't even, think they're coming back at that point.
We should make sure we have enough energy before we go on this trip. So food and drink, of course.
Food and drink and sleep.
So if we could see the kids, that would be fine. Possibly the lame one first. I certainly want to see if there's anything I can do as a healer to help this child.
Yes, certainly. I'll have the innkeeper put you up for the night on us. We do appreciate you looking into this matter.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, darling.
I will come back with the children shortly.
We'll
Please
wait right
settle
here.
All right, get to eating and drinking.
So the innkeeper does come around, asks you, if you have horses, and he'll send the stable boy around to get them and get them all set up for the night. Move your bags to your room, and if you need any food or drink.
Do you have anything suitable for an owl, sir?
We have barns. I mean, presumably he should be all right in there, right?
Just to eat. I'm sure he could find some mice. I'll send Chestnut outside.
Kind of watches your owl go quizzically. Will there be anything else?
We all order food, right?
Yeah,
whatever he's got to eat.
Yes, you certainly have a specialty here, right? We'll try that.
Certainly. We have a wonderful boiled greens that we also add just a hint of spices. We do have an exquisite thing, pepper, here. It is wonderful. You should try it.
Oh, darling, that sounds just delightful. Yes, we'll have the boiled greens with pepper and any meat, ham, chicken, whatever you have, some bread, some ale all around, I suppose.
Excellent. And he sets you up with a very nice table.
Thank you, sir.
It's very, very lightly spiced, I assume. The food when it gets there. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe they just slam those peppercorns into every bit of their boiled greens.
That would be awful.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm down for some peppered greens.
All right, so shortly after, he brings ale and a bowl of this boiled greens, and you do see there's quite a bit of pepper on it.
Okay.
And he even sets a shaker of pepper in the middle, be like, knock yourselves out. It's wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much, darling. I'll try it. I assume it's terrible.
You pick up a spoonful and take a big sniff, and then you have the immediate sensation of needing to sneeze.
smile and eat it ananyway.
I'll have a
However,
few bites out of
it's-
courtcy.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
food.
terrible. It's just not texturally the best thing you've ever put in your mouth. For sure.
Mm.
He then comes back with sliced meat and cheeses and sets that in the center. It's kind of a meager affair.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
better
I
than
think
hot
you
perfect.
also
coffee.
asked for this, and he sits down and walks away.
Yeah, I partake in the greens and the cheeses. I share my portion of the meat. As I am a vegetarian, that's fine.
Mm.
I'll gladly take some extra meat.
Yeah. Can I make a little sandwich?
So you see the town elder come back, and with him are two young boys and a young lady.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wonderful. Just in time.
Oh yes, darlings, come over here, won't you? Here, would you like some food? We have some bread and some cheese and peppered greens.
They all seem very delighted at the mention of peppered greens, and dig in, except for the elder feeds the blind girl.
Oh, I'll kind of like put the bowl over by her hand. Oh, darling, it's right here.
Yes, I can manage.
The child who is lame, is that male or female?
He's male.
There's
Okay.
two boys and a girl, so the girl is the blind one.
Oh, yes, got it.
Yes.
I ask him what his name is.
Oh, my name is Bill, sir.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, sorry.
Yes, thank you, Bill. And could I tell by how Bill walked in what was his ailment? Is it
You're thinking it's he must have fallen off of something and hurt his leg. He has crutches, so he's just rolling around with like very crude, kind of more like tree branches than they are crutches.
Gotcha. So is there any possibility I can make a healing roll to make sure that it's set correctly, and then maybe cast a spell to help the healing along?
Certainly.
Because I would like to do that. What do you want from me?
Just start with the heal roll.
Okay. The heal roll, I rolled a 17 for a total of 27.
All right. After kind of probing the kid's leg a little bit, you see that it has not been set correctly, and that's been part of the problem.
I see. Bill, I think you want to try a little of this drink here. Just a few sips, because I'm going to have to do something here that may hurt a bit. And after
are you
looks
giving-
around, and since nobody's stopping him, he's taking a few swallows more than you really advocated for.
yeah, Bill's getting a little painkiller here before I reset the leg.
Moderation, Bill, darling.
You're the doc.
So after resetting the leg, then I will spend a healing spell as well, whatever is required. Because if we're spending the night, it's not really going to matter.
Very true.
Hopefully.
All right. So the boy exclaims, obviously, when you reset the leg. However, he feels much better. He's like, I feel as if I could walk on it now.
Well, let's not push it too far. I would wait a little bit before fully testing it, a day or two. But Bill, I'd like to ask a few questions about what's happened recently in the town.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard that there was a gentleman that was trying to lead some of the children out of the town.
Yes. He was dressed like a jester or a fool. A very colorful outfit, and he had a pipe and he was playing it, and he called for the children. They all came around, and he played a song, and then everybody marched out of town. I couldn't keep up, and at some point I just gave up and came back.
Well, thank you, Bill. That's been very helpful. I appreciate it. I give them a little more of the cheese and the greens, which apparently they like a lot.
Young Bill,
Yes.
can you confirm that he took those children to the mountains? Were you able to see anything?
Well, I mean, they disappeared, as they entered the forest. I couldn't quite keep up, but it appears that they went towards the mountains. I mean, that was somewhat where the source of the goblin activity before was coming from. So I don't know. Everybody thought it was the mountain.
Thank you, Bill. I'll hand him my drink if he wants to have a sip or two extra.
Yeah, he's going for it.
So I'm thinking silence perhaps would be a good spell, at least in the near future.
If you know such a thing, yes.
Yeah.
I do not.
Do you know that? Because I don't. But I did very smartly take a spell that lets me cast a feat that lets me cast even in silence. So,
Paylor has graced me with such a power. Yes.
Wonderful. If that fails, we'll just break his pipe.
That works too.
But I like the silence idea. It's helpful.
all right. We think we've kind of got all the information we can get for the evening.
The elder asks if you wanted to talk to the other children. Well, one of the other children.
Oh, we can't talk to the deaf child.
Yeah.
Maybe we can. Do they have like sign language in this town? I'll ask you. Dylan, is there some way we can communicate with the deaf child?
Can
Maybe
he
by
read?
writing? That's true. If we write something down.
We normally respond with simple hand gestures or drawings. He is an accomplished drawer, artist.
Oh,
Can you ask him by any chance if he had perhaps a better idea of where the other children were being led to? Maybe he was able to follow a little bit better, wondering where they were all going to before returning home. That would be helpful.
You see him motion for the child, and he does like a kind of a little dance, like he's playing on a pipe, and points to an imaginary hat on his head jingling, and the boy nods, and the elder hands him a piece of paper, and he takes out some charcoal and starts drawing.
Mm-hmm.
After a couple of minutes, you see what looks to be a pretty decent picture for someone so young. It looks like a jester, a human jester, very patchwork-looking clothes, and the boy also circles the mountain in the distance. He kind of draws a forest and children, crudely drawn, marching behind this man, whom he detailed very nicely. And then he circles the mountain and draws an arrow towards it.
wonderful. I'll give him a pat on the back and a big thumbs up.
I might as well ask the blind girl. Darling, do you have anything to add to all of this? We get that there was the jester and that he took the children away to the mountain. But by any chance, do you have anything else to tell us?
Well, I don't know. I just it wasn't a lot of fun. All of my friends went away, and I'm very sad about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dear.
We'll try to get them back for you.
Absolutely.
She nods.
I kind of nod at the elder to we're done here type of thing. Thank you all for your assistance. It's been
Yes,
very
you take the
helpful.
rest of the peppered greens, won't you, darlings? You've earned them.
The children all seem very happy at that mention.
I actually scowl a bit. So I was enjoying those.
Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. We
No,
can
no,
really
it's
get some more for you.
That's fine.
They've been
So
through so much, the poor dears.
The elder leads them away, and he bids you a fair night, and Godspeed on your quest in the morning.
Thank you, sir.
That's good. Let's just sleep. Get a good start in the morning.
Sounds good.
That's the plan.
Yes.
Hmm.
All nice and rested up.
Doodle-loop, doodle-loop, doodle-loop.
All right, so you see that you have private rooms.
Woohoo.
They're decently well stocked. Chamber
Mhm.
pots clean. You've got extra blankets. You know,
Little
the
mint.
wood doesn't give you so many splinters. Pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this will do. Is there a window that I can open?
Yes, they all have small windows that or well, rather shutters really that open.
I'll open my window and call out to Chestnut in case he wants to come in during the night.
Okay.
Can I
You
see
can
the
kind of
mountain?
see his wings as he flaps across the full moonlight.
Ah,
All right, what were you saying, Courtney?
Oh, I was asking if I could see the mountain from my room.
Not so much in the night.
Okay. It's in that direction, though.
Yeah, it's that's where the most the best view that you could possibly have. Otherwise, you'd just be looking into really fields.
Okay.
But the forest and the mountain is kind of a nice thing to look at as far as
Mhm.
scenery.
All right. Vera just kind of looks at the mountain for a little bit and closes the shutters up. Goes to bed.
I retire early as well. I have to get up early to pray.
I'm resting and going over my gear until morning comes.
All right. So you all rest very well and wake up near dawn.
All right. I'll get geared up and head downstairs.
I'll be waiting by the front door for everybody to come down.
I'm last to join as I finish my prayers. And are we ready?
Yes,
Yes,
Elena.
I do believe we are.
The innkeeper comes and he's got a bundle of hard breads, some like salted pork, and canteens of wine. Or wineskins,
Oh,
rather.
aren't you just a sweetheart? Thank you so much.
These will serve us well on the trail.
Is it spice wine with pepper in it?
Oh, you know it is.
Of course.
Never felt the need to chase my wine with milk before, but okay.
Shall we now?
Okay,
Yes, let's shall.
to the mountains.
Do the mountains.
All right, as you kind of march towards the mountains, there's a very well-worn trail going into the forest. You can see that there's been a lot of foot traffic over the last few days.
Tiny feet?
Many tiny feet, many metal boot feet, and horses as well.
Mm. Well, on the plus side, it's easy for us to follow them, I suppose.
At least for now. Is any of us good at tracking?
Oh, I'm fair at tracking.
I'm sure Loria can handle this.
Yes, I'd like to send Chestnut up ahead and keep a lookout for any action, but I can certainly take a look at the footprints and see if I can pick out where the kids are headed.
Chestnut immediately alerts you to smoke rising from a fire somewhere deeper in the forest.
Oh, well then.
Hmm.
Seems like if there's a fire pit, then someone will be there and they might be able to give us an answer.
Again,
Shall we
lead
go?
on. Yes.
All right. March on through the woods to that smoke.
Any particular order you're marching in? Just curious.
Hmm.
Well, I assume you want a clear view of the tracks, so you're first, right?
Right.
Yes, I would imagine if I'm the one leading this, then I will be up front with my bow handy, just in case we see that jester.
I guess I can be second.
And
Yeah.
I will guard the rear.
All right, as you stalk towards this point, you do smell the smoke, and you smell some sort of cooked meat. It doesn't really sit well on your senses. It's certainly not peppered.
Not enough pepper, clearly.
I never thought I'd miss it so much, so suddenly.
Just one day already. Can I sneak up there and see if anybody's at the fire?
I will
Certainly.
hold back.
All right, roll some sort of stealth for me.
Let's see, which one is stealth? Move silently. Yes.
Alrighty.
The one. Let's see, that's a 17 plus 10, 27.
Jeez.
It's
So,
stealthy man.
you're just at home in the woods, so you just very, very silently go through, and you're sitting in a very good vantage point in a bush near a tree, and you can clearly see there's 4 goblins sitting around a fire, and there's something spit roasted over the fire.
Hmm.
Now,
Can I motion
normally,
for my friend? Come
yeah,
up?
I was going to say normally we would either wait for some indication, or perhaps your owl would
Ooh.
fly back to let us know.
Yeah, I like it.
Can I send Chestnut to lead them?
Certainly.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Awesome.
All right, I try to be quiet as well. Probably not as good as that.
Oh, yeah, I can roll a move silently also. It's not going to be as good though. Yeah, altogether that's an 11.
That's okay. I'm a 5.
Man.
I just nod. I just shake my head.
Yeah, less than graceful.
As you sneak up to his position, you see that one of the goblins has started to look around, sensing that something is happening. Can you all roll spot for me?
Yes.
Ooh, a non-natural 20.
Same here. 20 as well.
Just
Not
a
natural.
12. Just a 12 for Eloria.
Okay, so the two of you with the high rolls notice there's something very strange about these goblins. They're wearing very tattered children's clothes.
Oh. That's so
Not
wrong.
good.
I'm glad I didn't notice this.
Oh, I wish I hadn't noticed this.
They also
Okay.
don't appear to be armed.
Yeah, I think upon seeing that, I yell a battle cry of Paylor and go charging, muttering under my breath at them. So, drawing forth my heavy mace, I'm like,
All right then.
I'm cursing and muttering and charging them. I'm not happy about this at all.
These goblins pick up nearby sticks and go to shelter themselves, and they look absolutely terrified.
Can I call out to Elena to try and get her to stop? Elena, darling, stop. Can't you see that they're not the ones we ought to be concerned about, darling.
Clothing, children.
They
They're wearing.
They may have picked it up from somewhere else.
At a thrift shop? What? They're wearing children's clothing.
They're not the jester, though. Darling, we know that we're supposed to be going after this human jester. The jester was supposed to be going after goblins, and these are goblins. Doesn't it seem likely that the jester took their clothes, the children's clothes, and discarded them in some way?
That is concerning.
I agree, it's very concerning for a number of reasons that I'm going to not think too hard about.
Clearly, I've stopped charging and I'm discussing.
Yeah. Darling, let me talk to the goblins and see if we can figure something out from them. Maybe they know something. They seem frightened, the poor dears.
Fine.
All right. So I'm going to go over to the goblins and be like, darlings, I apologize for my companion, and I can see that you're very scared, and we're here after this jester fellow who I understand is probably an enemy of yours, and we have several questions for you, if it's all right. Can you roll something on that? Like diplomacy or gather information or something?
Yeah, roll diplomacy.
Okay.
Something charisma based.
Yeah. Oh my god, how did I only roll a 5? Okay, but my diplomacy to 7 says a 12 altogether.
If it helps at all, I'm tapping my mace in my other hand, glaring.
So these goblins seem somewhat soothed by the fact that you're not attacking them.
Yet.
And one of them kind of walks towards you and I miss my mommy.
Oh, darling, you're a child.
He looks on the verge of tears.
Oh. You poor thing. I'm sorry, I'm not overly familiar with goblins. Are you all children, then?
I'm calming down quite a bit here.
Yeah. I think I will put my arrow away and walk out.
You mentioned children, and it kind of cocks its head at you, and then it looks towards the others, and points to itself with its thumb. Me, child.
Oh, we poor dears. Let's see. So they're not too good on common. Do we still have the drawing, actually, that the kid did?
Ooh.
I bet we do.
Heck yeah, let's show that
Roll
to
me a wisdom to see if you kept that.
19 altogether.
Good enough. Yeah,
All
you did roll that up and take it because you thought, man, that's such a good piece of art. You could probably sell that to somebody.
Yeah, I whipped that out and I point at Justin. We are going to go after this man. Do you know where he is?
The goblin once again turns to the other three, and they seem a little confused, and then he points towards the jester.
I'm pulling out my symbol of Palor, and I'm casting a spell. I'm praying for guidance, but also I'm trying to detect magic on the children. The children, goblins.
You get a sense that there is some powerful illusion spell.
I don't think these are really goblins.
Well,
but I don't know
what
why.
are they?
They're the children from the village. But why? Yes.
Transformed. Interesting.
Kids, where are you from? Where's home?
Can we draw a picture of the village? I'm not very good with drawing.
They look around, and it looks like one of them is convinced it's to the east, the other is convinced it's to the west, and one of them is pointing back at the mountain.
That is not helpful, children. I'm sorry.
Darlings, are you from the village?
They all look once again at each other, and then back at you, and they look like they're making like they're eating something, or like they want to eat something. Motions with silverware.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could give them some of our food. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'll give them some of that bread.
Yeah, I'll put out a little bit of my bread.
Come on, kids.
Full food. Darlings, here,
When
have
you
some.
pull the bread out, they all immediately like maul you to get to it. Like fight amongst themselves to get a larger piece of it and like chow it down.
Mm-hmm.
You should have put some pepper on it first. Just
You didn't. The only pepper I had was in
Actually,
the
you
wine.
notice that the bread has peppercorns cooked into it.
Of course it does.
Oh, I
It's
gave away
beautiful.
good bread.
they're from the village, clearly.
Okay, so then this is more
You
of the
see
jester's
one of
work.
them turning back towards the fire, almost as if considering to eat what they've been cooking.
What exactly does it look like they were cooking?
It looks like a leg.
What?
Well, you see a very human-looking leg,
Oh,
probably adult with a foot still attached to it,
Oh.
that
Just,
does not
kind of pierced through a stick, and they were turning it over the fire.
Oh dear.
Oh, I need a moment. Oh,
Darlings, not to put too fine a point on it, but where did you get that? And I point at the leg.
They all point towards the mountain.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, if
I don't have any way to reverse this. I don't know.
it's just a leg. How are you going to bring it back to life?
No, I meant the children, the illusion.
Oh,
Darling, I feel this might be more than an illusion. If they're consuming human flesh, perhaps
Yeah.
in some way they are goblins now. Oh dear. Well, I'm not sure there's much we can do for them at this stage, and we have to continue on and find this jester.
yes. These children seem to have been doing all right on their own out here. It's the others we should worry about.
There's a lot more children, and I'm very much afraid of what has become of them. If something similar has befallen them.
The one that was closest to you before turns its attention back to you and starts pulling on your skirt. I want my mama.
Oh, darling. We'll try to find her for you, all right? Well, we'll try to return you to her. She's not lost. You're lost. Oh, dear. I don't know what we're going to do with you, little goblin child.
Can you kids just stay here until we come back? We'll get you on the way back to the village.
At village, they look at each other again and look back at you and nod.
Wonderful, wonderful. Sit
All
tight.
right, done. Exactly, darlings. Stay here. It'll be all right. You can trust Auntie Vera.
Oh, you're an auntie
Yep.
now. Wonderful.
Oh, yes. Oh, children just adore me, don't you know?
Okay.
So they sit back down, and one of them kind of absentmindedly turns the spit a bit.
Mm.
Yes, that's quite disconcerting. Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't need to smell that anymore. Oh. Keep going to the mountain then.
To the
You
mountain.
continue following this kind of well-worn trail. Once again, just a lot of footprints and stuff, so it's fairly easy. And you do see the occasional cast-off slipper or boot, but always for a very small size.
Well, it's not quite the trail of breadcrumbs I'd hoped for, but it's something.
They could have simply removed the shoes of their own accord because they were giving them blisters. It might be fine. We don't know.
That's a nice way to think about it. Yes, let's go with that.
I'm not in denial at all. What are you talking about?
Can you all roll listen for me?
It's a 16 altogether.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Well,
Non-natural 20.
all right. As you are all conversing, you still are very much attuned to what's going on in this forest, and you hear some bushes rustling nearby, and you can hear more small creatures nearby, and out pop 4 more goblins, but these ones are armed,
Oh,
and they point their weapons towards you very menacingly.
just drop back a step and pull my bow and arrow out and aim at them.
You see that they too are wearing children's clothes in tatters.
Mm.
Drop the weapons.
I'm going to call out to them. Say, and actually, I've still got the paper, and I'm just going to show it to them and go, darlings, we are looking for this man here.
You could see someone, a taller goblin, kind of approaches you, and he's got this very crude-looking morning star, and he's just pointing it at you. And he's looking at the picture, and he just shakes the morning star at you some more. And then he turns to the other goblins, and they kind of discuss something in a very low tone. And then he turns back, and he says, "Copper."
Oh,
You want
money?
money?
Sure. I root around in a pocket and pull out a copper and toss it at him. Gently.
He seems very confused when you toss money at him, but then he scrambles to pick it up and stick it in his pocket.
Perhaps that's not quite what he meant, darling.
I don't know what else copper means.
Darling, are you saying that we should have some copper? The fellow likes copper. What does copper mean, darling?
He points his morning star at the picture.
Is the man copper?
Oh, perhaps he's in the police force.
Uh-huh. Well, that...
Can you tell us where he is?
The goblins all in unison point towards the mountain.
Well, yes. We were hoping for a little bit better directions than that, but yes, we're aware he's in the mountain. He's certainly not hiding, is he?
The taller one points at the trail and then to the mountain.
Well, all right then.
Okay.
Thank you so much. You've been a big help.
That's exactly what we were doing. Thank you so much.
May we be on our way? And I do a grand gesture as though to ask, can we please be allowed to pass?
They once again like shake their weapons at you and then kind of just walk back into the bushes.
Thank you so much, darlings. You've been a big help.
These goblins are weirding me out. I don't. First they're kids, now they're shaking weapons at us.
I'm honestly not convinced that those weren't also children. It would certainly explain why they weren't quite all there. You know how children are. They're just a little dumb. It's not their fault.
Yes. But if they're getting more aggressive as we get closer to the mountain, I don't want to shoot a child.
Yes, I do understand where you're coming from on that. Copper. Do we think copper could be used against the jester, or if we should avoid copper with the jester? If we are in fact talking about the metal.
Interesting.
Yes. The only copper I have is money.
Well, I mean, you could throw money at him and see if that does anything. I hear that jesters do enjoy it when you toss money their way. They do this thing, they call it busking, where they encourage people to toss a few coins their way.
Well, let's not forget, he's probably upset that he wasn't paid as well.
Oh, this is true. Did we ever find out how much they owed him? I wonder if we just paid him off, if this whole thing would just go away. I mean, the Duke is going to give us so much money anyway. It would be far easier.
Don't you think that the village is going to want this man to punish him in some way? He stole children.
I think they'll be so happy that they've got their children back. They won't even think twice about it. And honestly, it's not like he's going to come back a second time and steal the children all over again. Who would pull the same trick twice?
So what are the odds of that? I just shake my head even more. It's like,
I mean, it seems so silly, really. He'd probably move on to a different village altogether, but if the second village pays him what they owe, then there's no trouble at all. As far as I can see, he took some children, turned them into goblins.
As one does.
Because, well, I mean, small claims court just takes forever sometimes, darling.
Well, let's see. Maybe we can have him mend his ways.
I don't listen as long as the Duke pays us. And I do want to get these children back. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not convinced that he's going to pull the same thing over and over again, moving from village to village, doing this same routine.
Okay.
Well, we can play it by ear, I suppose.
Let's just find these children, all right? It's too soon to talk about pardoning this gentleman.
Oh, very well.
As you continue on, you enter like a foothills area, and the trees become a little bit less dense. You can clearly see that you're at the base of what will be this mountain.
Okay. Any sign of tracks for these children, or
as the trail continues up the mountain?
Yes, it continues to, it like wraps around.
Wonderful. And that's the way I'm going.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Up the mountain we go.
As you start up this kind of like steep path, you see two other goblins standing there, both with some sort of dagger, and they're arguing over something. But when they see that you approach, they both turn towards you, daggers raised.
I hold up the paper. Darlings, we're looking for this man here. We know your children were turned into goblins. You're probably fighting over some human that you've killed now because you're goblins or whatever. Listen, can we just be on our way, please? This is really, we get it by now.
Does a 15 beat your AC?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
the goblin just hucks this dagger at you.
Rude.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready to pull my bow and arrow out now. I was giving them a chance.
2 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. I begin a prayer to Paylor. I wish to cast calm emotions on the children, on the goblins.
Okay. Well, here, let's roll initiative.
Oh,
we
sure.
can do it the right way.
Damn it. I have so little space to roll in. I'll be a nice little box for myself.
Mine is but an 8.
Mine is but a 9.
I have a 10.
Look, we're just not into this fight. We're like, oh, they're probably children.
No, you go first. No, you go first.
I think we know how the
me, but honestly,
thing is going to go. So the other one wielding a dagger kind of like puts his hand protectively over this other goblin, which is wearing some sort of dress, and they back up 5 feet.
Okay.
So Scott, is your turn.
Yes. How far away are they?
20 feet. Well, now 25.
I'll walk like 10 feet ahead with my bow out and tell them to stand down. Just let us through. We're looking for the jester. And I point back to Vera and her picture.
They don't seem to understand.
All right, I'm just going to stand with my weapon like drawn and aimed at the one protecting the other, just in case they start any more action. I really don't want to shoot a kid. I'll hold until I get hurt.
Courtney, it's all you.
I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself. I don't want to get shot again or stabbed again.
All right.
And I think I'm gonna call out to them. You stupid children! We're trying to help you.
They still seem very agitated and rabid.
Yeah,
right,
I didn't really think I was gonna help. I'm just angry that I got stabbed.
You'll be fine. Walk it off.
At this point, then I do call calm emotions on them. A will saving throw will negate it.
Okay.
on their part, and the duration is concentration, up to a round per level. So, if it seems to have taken effect, I will talk to them calmly and say, "We just want to move past. If you'll let us go, we're trying to solve this problem. We won't hurt you." And I continue to walk past them and drawing any fire if they attack again.
So the one in the dress seems to calm down remarkably, but the one with the dagger drawn still seems very agitated. It looks for a moment as if he's going to calm down, but then he doesn't.
Okay, I'm holding both hands in front of me and walking up the path past them if I can.
All right, the one with the dress just kind of moves her back towards the mountain and out of your way. And the one with the dagger just seems to back up, protecting the other goblin, and just has that dagger ready to go.
I keep
Scott,
moving.
It's your turn again.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of move at an arc past them if I can, like stay on the opposite side of the trail with my arrow pointed at them, and just try to move on by. Seems like Elena over there was able to make it past. And gonna try to follow.
All right, you get past, no problem. Courtney.
When that dagger came by and like hit me, is it like near me or is it stuck in me or anything like that?
It just, you got like the tip stuck in your arm and then it fell off and hit the ground right at your feet.
I want to pick it up and put it in my bag, and then I want to try and also get past them. I don't want them to have this dagger anymore.
You pick it up and you notice it is a jewel encrusted dagger.
Huh. Okay.
It is like really, really nice.
Okay. I definitely put this in my bag.
You notice that this other goblin has one that looks just like it.
Oh, matching set. Lovely.
Looks like we might have to break it up.
Yeah, I mean, look, hey, we have to take the jewels out together so folks won't know where it came from. All right. Well, I mentally note that, but I'm not going to make any motion to attack them, but like I'm going to kind of warily watch the goblins and follow my companions.
Okay. Yeah, they don't strike out at you. They just stay away from you.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
So you could drop out of initiative order.
Okay.
They just stay where they are.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they just stay where they are, so you can proceed now.
Okay. We take a little quick break here to talk more about what we're doing here. So in case you folks have somehow tuned in without knowing this by now, which is hard to believe, but I'll let you know anyway, we are Roll for Change. We're a nonpartisan community of podcasters, artists, and other creators working together to advocate for a more inclusive and just society. We run these streams to raise money for charities that support this goal. And today we're raising money for the American Immigration Council. This is a council that advocates for immigrants. They're a trusted source for responding to anti-immigration rhetoric with fact-based analysis and information. They have a long history of litigating to protect due process and basic human rights. And they help out immigrants and refugees that are facing deportation. So please donate today. We've got the link there below where the stream is, which is bit.ly/rollforchange, or you can text council, that's COUNCIL, and the amount that you're donating and then your name, and text that to 41444. And if you donate, you're going to get put into a raffle to win some cool dice. And yeah. Right now we are at $1,200. We're doing great, you guys. This is so awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Let's see. There we go. Huh. I was just being told. I just looked at, I have a message. Oh, the message is Courtney, do the thing. I'm like, ha! I did without even being told.
The thing.
Beat you to it.
Preemptive thing doing. That's right.
All right. Let's move on up the mountain. This is a really high mountain. Are we getting like altitude sickness?
No, it's higher than the valley that you were in.
Oh, it's one of those things where it's actually a hill, and they're like, "That's our mountain." It's like, "Sure, honey."
it's a little craggly,
All right.
Okay.
Anyways, as you wind up this mountain, you see this trail of tattered pieces of garment and gloves and hats and socks and boots and shoes and whatever else all seem to be becoming a little bit more common. And then you see a rather large cave entrance.
Would you like to scout it out, Deloria?
Yes. Can I take a look inside? Just go in a few steps and see if I can hear or see anything.
roll me a spot, please.
Alrighty, spot coming up. I know how to spot things. A 12, though. Maybe I don't
right,
know
you
how to
see-
spot things.
You look in, and it seems very bland. I mean, there's like a wooden wall against one side of this cave with a door set into it, and there's a torch sconce on the other wall that's lit, and the tracks just kind of go all around this room, but it just looks like people have shuffled in and out of here many times. So I mean, the room is just covered in dirt and footprints.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell my companions we've got a door in there, so clearly somebody's using this cave. We should go check it out.
Mhm.
All right. I silently enter the cave. Hopefully silently. Ha. That's what I hope.
I hope so too.
Sneak, 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 sneak.
Let's get up to that door and see what's on the other side.
You do notice that the door is locked.
Ah,
Hmm,
Okay.
There appears to be light coming from like cracks, around the edges of the door.
mhm.
I'm afraid I don't have anything for this.
Yeah, I don't know how to pick locks, I'm afraid.
I'm not a breaking and entering specialist either. Do we knock?
I was about to say, like, are we literally just gonna knock at the door? Darling, I know that this might be where the jester who's been literally turning children into goblins might live, but if it isn't, it's going to be really embarrassing if we break down the door.
Exactly. And,
I'm just feeling the knocking thing.
yeah, I think I love it. I love it. Yes.
Okay,
It was your idea. Go for it.
all right. I go
Oh.
up to the door. Avon calling.
You knock on the door and you see that it is like the shoddiest of shoddiest jobs you've ever seen, and you think you almost took the door off with your knocking.
Oh dear.
Control
you-
yourself, Vera.
You don't
I didn't
hear
know I had
anything in
such tech.
response. There doesn't appear to be anybody coming.
Hmm. Oh, I know, darlings. The jester must be deaf. You see, otherwise he would be affected by his own playing.
Hmm.
Yes, this is
I
the most
see.
logical thing that makes the most sense, of course.
So go ahead and bust down the door if that's what you believe.
I don't have a +1 in strength, so maybe better. I mean, I know it's a really big
I have a-
door.
I have a heavy mace. This does
Oh.
very good at knocking.
Oh, yes,
Perhaps-
darling. We can always tell them afterwards that we didn't mean it. The door was in terrible condition as it was, and it was a dreadful accident. Accident? I was using axe.
It's a mace.
Oh, right.
It's amazing.
Courtney's intelligence isn't as high as yours. Sorry. Forgot what you said. Use an axe, and I can use that pun.
Oh. I'm heading down to the town. I'll be right back with an axe. I hit it with the mace as hard as I can.
All right, roll damage for me.
Okay.
I assume you don't miss.
Yeah. It's a door, right?
Embeds it in the wall next
It's
to
a door.
open.
I rolled a 6 + 2 on strength, so an 8.
All right, you just basically put a huge, giant hole in this door, and literally you just have to like pull your mace out because it went in.
Can I reach through and unlock it from the other side?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You reach in and you don't get any slivers or anything. It's a very worn looking door, and there was just a very simple latch.
Gotcha. I open the door and gesture.
All right,
Elena, it's
thank
what
you.
kind of door now? It's holy.
Oh, save me.
Promise you would not use that joke anymore.
I lied.
Just like last time, of course. All right, let's take a look around. If this jester is deaf, then we won't have to worry about sneaking up on him.
All right, as you proceed through the door, you see on the other side are a couple of wooden wall sconces into the other half of this cave, essentially. And there's a pedestal in the middle of the room with a candle on it that's lit. Otherwise, it is empty.
Anything fancy about that pedestal?
It looks to be well crafted, like well carved from stone, but otherwise, no.
I simply don't understand the decor going on here, darlings.
This is a bit of a disappointment. I was expecting to find somebody.
Aloria, is there no indication of any trail?
It's a good question. Take a look around, see if I can find more footprints or signs of activity.
The footprints were all on the other side. None of them are on this side. And there appears to be no way to lock the door and go anywhere. So if somebody locked the door, they would have been in here.
Yes, if it locks from the inside, then somebody's in here. Do we have any... Look around for any like crevices in the walls to pass through?
I wanted to cast Detect Magic on the candle on the pedestal because that's just weird.
Okay.
And I'm just like, what's up with that? So, Courtney's never played a character like this before. How do I do this? What am I rolling?
But it's basic. You don't have to roll anything.
Oh, that makes it easier.
So you detect magic on this pedestal, and you see that this candle's flame is indeed magical.
Okay. I won't give you any more information about the kind of magic, though.
I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but let's go with transmutation.
Hey. Okay.
Well, darlings, this candle appears to be giving off a flame which has some sort of transmutation magic about it, which would explain one thing.
Perhaps. So we snuff it to stop the magic then.
Maybe.
You're the sorceress.
Yes. All right. You know what? I blow out the candle.
Excellent.
Right, so you're gonna walk over
Fuck
to
it!
it.
I'm not gonna be careful anymore. Well, I swore
Do you
again.
lean on the pedestal to blow it out, or just describe to me how you?
I guess how high up is the pedestal? I guess in my mind it was sort of like mid.
It's like 4 feet high.
4 feet high. So I just sort of walk up to it and just.
Okay. As you walk to the base of the pedestal, roll reflex for me.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. 18 altogether.
You put a foot down and you feel the floor give out from under your foot, and you kind of throw yourself backwards and you land on your butt, and in front of you is a pit trap with a bunch of very sharp looking sticks that you very narrowly avoided.
Well,
Wonderful.
you know, in retrospect, darlings, I should have known it wouldn't be quite that easy.
But you found the trap. Good job. How wide is that pit trap?
Well, the floor gave way underneath her, so just it's immediately in front of it. And looking at it, looks like it goes all around the base of it.
If I sort of lean over and wave my hand at the candle, will I be able to put it out that way?
you could jump it.
Oh.
Oh, to get to the pedestal?
The pedestal has like maybe a good 10 inches around it, and then the pit trap is like another 5 feet out from it.
I got you. So in theory, I could like kind of leap over, like grab the pedestal,
Wait,
and sort of stand on the little
Yes.
edge.
Yes. Let's.
Hold on now. Hold on.
What is it, Elena?
I have the ability to create water.
Can you create it over the candle?
That is what I'm feverishly searching through a document
Very
for.
good question.
Oh, Gloria, I also have an idea. Couldn't you send Chestnut over and he could flap his wings over the candle and put it out that way?
I could probably get Chestnut to fetch the candle. I don't know if an owl's wings would put out a candle.
Okay, so the range of create water is 25 feet plus 5 feet for every 2 levels. So that's 35 feet away.
Oh man, create
pretty
some
deep.
water, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Make it rain.
All right, so just roll something and don't get a 1, and that's as good as done.
13. So
All right, so you snap your fingers, and how much water does that create?
that creates up to 2 gallons per level. So a lot.
All right, so water
8
just starts
gallons of water.
pouring over this candle, and you hear a loud hiss, and you see steam, and the water just hits the pedestal and rolls off the sides, and it like takes a lot of dust off this pedestal with it. And as soon as the water stops pouring, you see the flame again.
Oh, what are those trick birthday candles? I hate those.
All right. It can't be that far of a jump, right? Let me just grab that thing and we can bury it in the dirt.
Oh, we could put it in a stream or
Or
a
that.
lake.
Yes, there's got to be some water around somewhere that we could just douse it in. Yeah, I'm gonna jump over there and just grab this candle.
All right,
like the
roll
thing to
me a
do.
jump.
All right.
Darlings, do you suppose that for the brief instant that the water was pouring on the candle, that all of those goblins turned back into children and then turned back into goblins?
I'd like
That
to
would
think
have been
so, at
so
least.
amusing to watch, don't you think?
So you're saying we don't want to put the candle out right away?
So you want to have them go from goblin to children, back and forth again?
No, the poor dears. I do want to turn it back into children. I just think it's kind of funny to think about.
Okay, you go ahead and like draw that or something.
I don't think I could really do justice to what the young deaf boy did. I never caught his name, darling.
You
He
didn't
really is
know.
quite talented. We should get out of that small town, go to a nice art school, don't you think?
His name is Artie. It's
Already the
A little on the nose, but hey.
All right, that was a 19 to jump.
all right. So you back a few steps up and you jump, and you very easily clear this little trap, and you're standing next to the
Yes,
pedestal.
I'd like to grab the candle off the pedestal and toss it back to my companions.
All right, you do so, and you throw it. The flame flutters, but it doesn't go out.
All right, you deal with that. Do I have to jump back across? Or
Yeah. That's
okay. Just making sure. That was less.
You
good.
can
That
jump
was an
from the
11.
pedestal.
And climb on top of the pedestal and jump. Would it be easy? Oh yeah, sure.
More distance to not go down. But
Absolutely.
yeah, no, it's fine. It's actually fairly easy to avoid a 5-foot trap.
Oh, okay. It's only 5 feet. Wonderful. All right, and yeah, can I stomp on the candle to put out the flame?
I mean, you did all the jumping work. Here you go. Here's the candle. Do what you will.
Yes, I grind my heel into the candle's flame.
All right. you pull your boot back and you see the candle still burning.
Son of a...
This is rude on the part of the candle at this point.
It is. Any other bright
I wonder
ideas?
what happens if we light the candle on fire?
It's...
You know,
Is
you
it
fight
not
fire
already?
with fire.
So burn
Well,
it
melts
quicker.
down the candle completely.
Oh, yes. Let's just ignite it all together. Wonderful. I'm assuming, sorceress, you've got fire then. Go ahead, light it up.
Let me check on that. I don't think I do. Oh, I think I chose not to take fire. Sorry. Got magic missile. Got shocking grasp. Should I try shocking grasp on the candle?
Well, I actually have a torch listed as equipment.
Oh, wonderful.
All
Go ahead
right.
and go ahead and burn the candle down.
Burn the candle.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
wait
burning
right
it. We're burning it both ends. We're taking
How bright the light.
Pardon?
All right, so I said how bright the light.
Yes.
So you torch this candle and you see the wax melting away till it's just a wick. But the wick that was in the candle doesn't burn. And the tip of it stays exactly the same. Just burning. Happily. Merrily.
Oh, now this is awkward. It's hard to hold. It's just a wick.
Is the whole wick on fire now?
No, just the tip.
Okay.
All right, so you can just sort
The,
of hold
the
up the
flame
wick.
doesn't seem to be traveling up. It just stays exactly where it is.
Okay.
Just
All right.
burning.
So can you
Can
cut
I-
off? Maybe.
I was going to suggest just dropping this in my wineskin.
Ooh, I like that idea.
So I do it.
All right, because wine's not alcoholic enough to really catch fire. It's just going
I
to put it
don't
out.
know. Maybe that pepper, though.
Oh yeah, that's spicy wine. Let me tell you what.
Close it, smother it, lack of oxygen, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Dump it in, drop it in, cork it back up, and see what happens.
All right, you feed this wick into your wineskin, and you hear it hiss, and you kind of get this very aromatic smell of pear and red grape and pepper.
Hmm.
And then you
I
put the
could get
cork
used to
on it.
this.
You kind of
Okay.
like are looking at the wineskin for a little bit, and it appears to be like very slowly expanding.
Huh.
Oh god.
That's neat.
It's also getting warmer.
Mm. You know,
Let's just set this down for a second.
many years ago, a friend put some dry ice in a water bottle at a party, and the same thing started happening when he closed that baby up. And in a panic, he threw it in the freezer.
That's a poor idea.
Why do you put it in the freezer?
Yeah, 'cause his idea was that it wouldn't go as fast, or maybe he thought that it's gonna blow up, so I'm gonna put it like in a small confined space where it won't hurt anybody. I don't know. But my brother got it out of there, and when he went to go open it, like he heard himself opening up the bottle before it exploded. He got before it exploded. So the moral of the story
Oh
is:
my gosh.
open that sucker up right now.
Okay, fine. I'll open it back up. That waste of perfectly good wine.
Yeah, you could see there's
Darling, you're the one that put it in there.
there's some steam and some bubbling.
Okay, I'm not sure
You
what else to
also
do.
see that the wick is still lit because it's still giving off light.
Well, now we have
Right.
mulled wine.
Yes, and still no children. I would trade wine for children happily.
Sometimes if you drink too much wine and spend time with the wrong person, you end up with children.
Maybe you do. I haven't yet.
Oh, no, not me, darling. Please.
Is there nothing else in this room then besides that?
Perhaps we need
There's
to find the
2 wall
annoying
sconces
jester
on the
fellow.
wall. And that's it. And the
I
door
go
that you
in-
came in from.
Wait, those wall sconces don't have like candles on them, or do they?
They're torches, but
They're
they're
torches.
lit.
Are we gonna go pull on these torches?
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
think that's about to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to, right?
Yeah.
Makes
Take the one on the
sense.
right.
Okay. Who's pulling first?
I'll go over the one on the left, I guess, if you want to go on the right, and I'll pull first.
Yeah.
I don't care.
All right. So you grab this wall sconce and you pull, and it comes off the wall. So you're just holding a torch with a extra piece.
It was made by the guy who designed the door.
Yes. Great,
This
great
entire
craftsmanship.
place is really not up to code.
This is why you don't go with the lowest bidder. I'm just saying.
It's hard to get labor up in these caves. You know how it is.
You know, we shouldn't make too much fun, though, darlings. We know he couldn't afford a good contract because the townspeople refused to pay him well.
So this is all child labor then. Great. I'll pull my sconce too.
It seems to be a little bit more sturdy, but it also comes off the wall.
Well, we've completely wrecked this man's home.
Well, it's his own fault. He doesn't stick to the cliches.
Maybe if we destroy the pedestal, something will happen?
Okay. When I was over there, did it feel like I could just push it over, or is it secure in the ground?
Well, I mean, it's a 4-foot, like, thick stone pedestal.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh,
you
that's
could
quite-
push it, but dang,
That's much thicker than I thought.
you've got like a 10-inch like give before you fall in that hole. So I mean,
no,
you could,
But-
but
Do we do a thorough check for this room for like secret doors or anything like that? 'Cause
I mean,
part of
once
me-
again, there's no tracks in the floor in here,
yeah.
and it was locked from the inside.
Is there anything
This is like that
up?
whole thing with like the stupid fishbowl and the melted water, and I don't know.
Can you all roll spot for me?
Yes.
Yikes.
Wow, that is a natural one.
Good job. That's an 18 for me.
Yeah, only an 8 for me.
All right, 18. Okay.
Yes.
So your character kind of catches the flickering light of the torch that was in the cave entrance.
Okay. Go try that one then. Can I just pull on that one? See what
Yep.
happens?
All right, you walk over, you grab it, and you pull it, and you hear something stone on stone grinding as a door opens slightly to the left.
Ooh. Found a door.
My faith in the jester is restored.
Well, excellent, darling. Excellent work.
All right, let's go. If he's in there, I am ready to haul him back to town. This is frustrating.
I'm still angry about having an entire room with just a pedestal and a candle on it. I mean, I get that there was a trap there, but really, really,
Well, apparently it was a really nice candle. We couldn't put it out.
we couldn't put a couch in, honestly.
So the
All
doorway leads to a stairway that leads down deeper into the mountain. The
Great.
stairway
Let's
is
go.
hewn from the rock. All right, so
There's-
I'm assuming one or more of you are holding torches because it's completely like pitch black.
Yeah,
I still got the one I pulled off the wall.
I suppose one of you could be holding up the wick of the other candle.
It's a wick though, so it's like drooped down, so it's just like.
I can go by Vera's light.
All right, so you descend probably about 50 feet and you hit a small landing with another door. This one looks much sturdier.
Is it locked
Is
as
it
well?
also locked?
It does not appear to be locked.
Finally, something that makes sense. Open the door.
You push open the door and roll spot for me.
Oh no.
All of us, or just him since he opened it?
Just him since he opened it.
That would be a 27 spot.
Wow, nice.
Damn, he spot the hell out of us.
So it's a very
Got a good
large
spot.
room. It has pillars kind of set in the middle, but the rest of the room is kind of hewn out of rock. And you see a large, kind of oddly dressed character with a hat and a very white-looking face sitting on some sort of very crude throne. And below him in a small, like very crudely constructed cage are a bunch of goblins that look utterly terrified to be there. Also on the side of the walls are a bunch of sconces and things like that. And you can also see in the corners that there are some other goblins just milling about, picking through what appears to be bones or other refuse.
Okay. Does this man match the child's drawing?
Fairly closely.
Great. Hey gang, get on in here. We found him. Let's make this
Has he
quick.
noticed us yet or not?
He appears to be just absently staring. He's got like one leg over the side of the throne, just sitting there looking at a wall, not paying much attention.
Seems very secure in himself. Do we just try to take him out, or do we want to negotiate?
Well, I think if we take him out, we still have the problem of the candle not going out.
I'm not too worried about the candle.
Well, I'd like to restore the children.
Yes. So we do need him for that.
So
Good point.
perhaps it's as simple as negotiating a payment that he's due.
All right. Well, I can talk to him, darlings, of course.
It's your show, Vera.
All right. I call to him. Sir, I believe you were recently contracted by the villagers to deal with some goblins, and that they were not quite forthcoming with proper payment, and so you absconded with their children. We've come to attempt to secure the children, and we are, of course, more than willing to make due payment if necessary to do so. What do you say, sir?
After you walked in, he obviously looked in your general direction. He waves his hands, and you see what looks to be goblin sentries who are standing to your left and right, kind of stand down for a moment. Why, yes, pretty lady, come. I would be glad to hear your offer.
Well, of
Give
course.
Vera a nudge.
Of
Get up there.
course, darling. Now, I'm not actually certain what the initial offer was that the villagers made, but I do actually happen to have this lovely dagger. I pull the jewel-encrusted dagger from my bag. As you can see, it has some gorgeous gems on it, worth quite the pretty penny, if you don't mind my saying. And I'm sure that it could be sold for quite a lovely amount, and we're more than willing to trade this for all of the children. Also, it would be nice if they got changed back into children, human children. We did see that they have become goblins.
Ah, yes. I see. My tricks cannot fool such a wise one as yourself. But I dare say a dagger is but a pittance for all of these fine children.
Mm. This is more of a settling up sort of a thing. You know, you got rid of the goblin problem. I see the irony there in turning the children into goblins. It's very funny. I can throw in 9 gold. That's all I've got.
9 gold. And what did you say your name was again?
Oh, darling. I'm Vera. And what is your name, good sir?
He stands up and embellishes with a bow. Copperpiece the Fool.
Oh, it's a name. I
Copper
get it
piece.
now.
I understand now. You know, we were told copper earlier and we didn't understand. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Would you prefer copper over gold? We can arrange for that.
It is more of a nickname.
I don't suppose you got that nickname because you prefer copper over gold?
Not precisely.
Oh, you should change your nickname then.
You know, it does seem in bad taste now that I think of it.
It's just slightly confusing, honestly. I thought, oh, he likes copper. Otherwise, why would he go copper piece?
So wonderful. You'll take the gold. We'll take the kids. I'm sure
Yes,
they're a
I
handful.
love this entire thing. Honestly, you could find so much better use for these cages than, you know, the little children have been turned to goblins. You put rabbits in them. You put mice in them.
Well, let's see. I don't know. He starts waving his hands around all sorts of weird ways and doing a little jig. It seems fairly odd.
Yeah. This is a
And
weird
he
guy.
turns back around and he points at you. He's like, I think I'd rather just take it from you, dearie. And a fireball launches from his fingertips at you.
Rude.
Ooh.
I think you're all standing really close together, right?
I imagine so.
Yeah.
I want to jump out of the way
unfortunately.
so hard. Oh no.
All
Is
right,
this like
that's
a-
8 damage.
Oh, just straight 8 damage.
I don't know if there's a...
Okay.
Let me check.
Okay, sort of save against that.
I think there might be, but I think it's only for like rogues.
Ah.
Oh no. I'm definitely not a rogue.
Fireball. Saving throw, reflex half. Okay, yep, you sure can. I'm sorry.
All right.
Roll reflex.
Roll reflex. Reflex. Well, that's only a 14.
That's just a 12.
And mine's 11, so
Well, sorry, guys.
8 it
It's
is.
only 8.
All right,
Mirror.
everybody roll initiative.
Yes, I'm ready to shoot this guy.
He's so rude.
Yes.
That's a 13 for me.
Let's see, where's my... Okay. I crit, so that's a 25.
Nice.
Wow.
Really ready to screw him up.
15.
Yeah, he shot me with a fireball.
All right, Scott. You
All
go
right.
first.
Wonderful. How far away is he?
He is 50 feet away.
Excellent. Can I run up about 20 feet and be only 30 from him so I can shoot him with my point blank?
You can run up to the edge of the cage. I'd say that's fairly close.
Wonderful. I'm going to shoot him with my longbow. Hopefully.
All right. Roll me attack.
That's only a 12.
He seems agile enough to dodge your attack.
Curses.
All right. So one of the goblin sentries hurls a javelin at you, Vera.
That is rude on his part.
15 against your AC.
So here's a question. I had cast Mage Armor before, and that's 1 hour per level.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Cool. Then he meets my AC.
I think he has to beat it to hit.
Yeah.
So the javelin comes hurtling towards you, and it just hits some sort of odd blue light in front of you and is deflected away.
I look at him and go, rude.
All right, Tom, your turn.
Yes. I cast a silence spell on the 20 feet radius surrounding him, and they can cast it up to like 400 feet away. So
Okay.
that takes effect unless will negates.
Oh, okay. Let me see if he is so lucky. Or you don't know if will negates? I could look it up really fast.
No, it definitely does. Yes, silence
Okay.
will negates.
He did not roll very well. Okay. Your casting is successful.
Oh, okay.
And Courtney, it's your turn.
Woohoo! I'm gonna magic missile this guy. And since I'm at level 4, it means I can actually have 2 magic missiles. So I'm gonna hit him with 2 magic missiles.
All right.
1d4 plus 1. So that's 4 and 2. So 6 altogether damage.
1 second. Magic missile, blah, blah, blah.
Magic missile, now begin. Keep on shooting, creepy jester. I refuse to call him a creepy clown. He's a creepy jester.
Are clowns scarier than jesters?
Yes, God, yes.
All right. So how much damage was that?
6 total.
Okay. You have appeared to have wounded him.
Good. He's a jerk, and he deserves it.
Good.
All right. So Copperpiece, the fool, seemingly draws a staff out of his sleeve.
Worst places
And-
it could have come from.
Yeah, that's a neat trick, right? And he starts walking merrily down the path towards you all. Meanwhile, the goblin sentries react, mainly at throwing javelins at Vera and one at Scott's character.
Oh no.
Always with the javelins. These must be the teenagers. They were in track and field.
Still have their gym shorts on.
Well, these goblins don't have children's clothing on.
Mm,
Oh, wonderful.
these are regular goblins.
The damn D4 when you need it. There we are. All right, Scott, you get hit for 4 damage. And Vera, once again,
I just
your
get
mage
hit?
armor. Yeah, it was a critical.
Oh, then yes, I get hit for 4 damage. Oh. It's like, wow, he's real good with that spear. Javelin, sorry.
Close enough.
Sorry, did you say I also got hit?
No, it's deflected by your mage armor.
Okay, cool.
It was lower than the last one, so I didn't need to ask.
Yay.
And Scott will start off the round again.
Wonderful. I'm going to pull 2 arrows out of my quiver and in quick succession fire them both at the jester using rapid shot.
All right.
So the first one is an 11. Not going to hit. Ah, jeez. So the second one is 13.
He dances merrily out of the way of your quick shots.
My bow has betrayed me.
Throw the bow at him.
Oh no, I'm going to back up a few steps since he's coming this way.
All right, Scott, a goblin will run up and attack you with its Morning Star.
Oh no, I don't like that.
Holy cow. All right, well, that's that.
Will you crit on me again?
Yeah. This one seems to be lucky. Where is this thing? Oh, there we go. 2 damage.
Oh. Oh, silly goblin, man.
Well, they have those small weapons. And
Okay.
I believe it is Tom's turn now.
Yes, I'm going to cast a Cure Light Wounds on Aloria
Thank
for 10.
Ooh.
All right.
Give a quick thanks back to my cleric friend back there. Thank you, Elena.
Remember to prayer to Paylor.
Somehow Elena finds the time to pass you a pamphlet.
I'm not saying you have to come to church, but
But, you know, I'll see you
But if you wanna
Sunday.
keep getting healed. Yes, I'll
Bring your
worship
gold
there every
pieces.
day.
All right, and now it is. Oh, Courtney. Sorry, I was like, why do I have so many C's on this page?
You know what? Magic missile sounds great.
All right, go for it.
Let's see. That's 3. Ooh, that's 5. So 8 altogether. Ah, I hurt him.
Dang.
He doesn't look too happy to be him.
He shouldn't be.
All right. Copperpiece will draw a bottle from seemingly nowhere and drink it.
Oh, magic people.
It's
No
spice
offense,
wine,
but-
isn't it?
It's sad, really. I'm almost tempted to inform him of the AA meetings that go on in town. Like, he really should seek some help.
Alchemists Anonymous.
Oh, God.
Yes.
All right. So the other goblin guards follow up with attacks of Morning Stars. And Tom, your character is just behind Vera's, right?
Sure.
Or Courtney's character, Vera. Okay. So 16 against your AC, Tom?
My AC is, where is it? 17, actually.
Oh, good to go. Vera, you're fine. And Scott, you are definitely fine. All right, so these little
Finally,
guys
they missed.
kind of, losing their luck. And Scott, you will lead it off again.
Oh, wonderful! This goblin's right next to me, right?
Correct.
Okay, I would like to drop my bow and pull out my short sword and just try to shank this guy in the face.
All right, go for it.
Not happy with this goblin. That's much better. How about a 25?
That will definitely hit.
Okay. You add the ability modifier too, right? To the damage?
Strength. Yeah.
Okay. That's 11 damage.
For a short sword?
11 piercing. I rolled a 6. I have the weapon finesse feat to use my dex instead. My dex is plus 5.
Oh, okay. I was like, choice. Dying.
I rolled real well on that dex stat.
All right, so you just basically just stab through this goblin's skull, and it twitches a little bit and then kind of politely slides itself off.
Should have been using you, short sword. Sorry.
All right, Tom, you're next.
Okay, I am going to actually step in front of Vera and attempt to block some of the incoming damage from her. Is there a goblin close by? I can also
there's two.
use a mace on. Okay, I will do so then. Unfortunately, only 15. Does a 15 hit?
He blocks it with its little wooden shield.
Okay.
And Courtney, it is your turn.
That's why I like healing. They're never blocked.
Right?
I'm not going to block healing.
How far is Copper? What's his name from me?
20 feet away.
20 feet away. All right, magic missile him.
Sorcerers.
Let's see, so that's 3, that's 4, so that's 7 altogether.
All right. He seems really mad at you.
I can't imagine whatever for.
You can see his painted face of a very frowny looking face is scowling even more at you.
Oh, somebody ought to paint that.
All right, so he marches up rather close. Once again, appears to grab a vial out of nowhere and throws it down on the ground. He disappears from sight.
What the?
All right. There's still those goblins around. Like, we're still in combat with them.
Yep, there's still goblins and a whole caged section of like 30 goblins. They're all cowering. All right, so the living goblins nearby. One attacks you, Vera, for 18. Does that get through?
Yeah.
Okay. That's 3 damage. Once again, little weapons. What do you do?
Yeah, but I'm down to 6 HP.
Oh, let's try sorcerers. Squishy.
They're squishy types.
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned something earlier when I was down to 9.
Tom, does a 15 beat your AC?
No, it's 17.
Okay, then you are safe. And you killed the high initiative one. Yeah, there's still one more. Yeah, so one runs over to you, Scott, and takes a swipe at you with its little morning star. And that is a 21.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
Presuming it's probably gonna hit.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
1 damage. Look at that.
I look at him disappointed.
Yeah, there was a big wind up, and then he kind of stubbed his toe and just hit your hand, and you're like, well, that hurt, but
So embarrassing.
Now he's gonna.
all right, Scott, leading off the next round.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my trusty short sword now because it actually hits people. I'm gonna try to stab this fresh goblin. Put him right next to his buddy. Yeah, that's a 26 this time.
Oh, narrowly hits.
Narrowly hits. Only 10 damage.
So, give me the scene of how you kill this goblin.
He rushes up to me with his morning star, and after he pats me with it, I reach down with one hand and grab him by the shoulder, take my sword and just plunge it straight through his chest, and swing my arm and have him flop off next to his friend.
He seems very surprised, but resigned to his fate.
You shouldn't have done that.
All right, Tom, your character is next.
Okay, I'm gonna use the last of my level 2 and fix up Vera, so she's. We got to keep our cannon alive.
Yay!
You're the only one hurting copper.
That's like 19, so I'm sure that tops you off.
Yeah, that sure does.
Wow.
I'm right back up to my top health is 19.
Very nice. All right, Courtney, your character's turn.
Is it just the one goblin left?
Two
Oh,
goblins left.
there's 2 goblins. Oh, well, that's perfect then. I'll magic missile each of them. So first one takes. Grab it. Wrong page out. The first one takes 3 damage, and the next one takes 5 damage.
All right, so tell me how you kill one of these.
He just like explodes. Just that magic missile hits him, and boom, chunks go everywhere.
Goblin bits. You'll be pulling goblin bits out of your hair for like the next 3 days.
Yeah, and I was like, simply dreadful, but honestly, had it coming.
All right.
Actually, I'll pick one piece out and just look at the one that's left, like,
Can somebody roll, or anybody who wants to roll, listen?
Yes, I want to.
Oh, listen, why not?
It's at 26.
Oh, well, you're way better than my 10.
Wow, yeah. My 19 bows to you, and you're 26.
All right, Tom and Scott, your characters very easily hear someone very hurriedly ascending the stairwell.
He's trying to escape. Let's get him.
All right,
I will take off up those stairs.
sure. I want to up the stairs.
It's not quite.
Or is that other goblin? The other goblin's
yeah.
still gonna try and.
There's still one more
Ugh,
little nuisance.
obnoxious.
So,
how dare he?
He doesn't look very happy, but he's kind of mad at Scott's character. Like it's just been. I mean, Vera exploded one, so he's not really sure he wants to mess with her. But Scott's character's just been like eviscerating goblins, so he's like, no, it ends now, or so. He may think.
Well, yeah, for him.
He's welcome to try.
And so he swings, kind of catches the leg of the other two dead goblins standing right next to you, kind of trips up and just throws it wide. And you just like step out of the way.
I have to deal with another one. Great.
If you'd like to give chase, I'll take care of this one.
Well, he's right next to me. I might as well stab him.
Okay.
You could start heading up the stairs.
Yeah, so Scott, you will start the next round.
All right. Oh, well, hey, if I kill him, I get to move anyways. Oh, that's only a 12.
He recovers from his stumble and nimbly deflects your attack with his shield.
My pride, my hubris.
All right, Tom, your character's turn next.
Yeah, yes, a 22. Just kind of bonk him on the head. That would be a total of 7 damage.
So describe to me what happens when you totally destroy this goblin.
Yes, I actually reach out to Laurie. I kind of push him aside slightly and just take the mace, the heavy mace, drop it down on his head, force him backwards a bit. And are we done now? Can we go? Yeah, we got to catch up.
Thank you, Elena. I thought I had it. Let's get Copper.
I move afterwards, heading upward towards the stairs.
Okay. I'll take you guys out of initiative order. So there's still this large cage section of goblins that seem utterly terrified at all of the fighting that just happened all around them. So you're just ignoring them and heading up the stairs, yes?
Well, I'm assuming Copper can change them back. And
Yeah,
his kids aren't
that's
going
the
anywhere.
thing. Real quick before we go up, who has the wick with that's lit?
I think it's still in my wineskin.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, Don, can you take the wick out real quick and let's see if we can put it out and see if the children turn back while it's out, like we thought, like I had thought.
Okay, sure. I'll dump it out if I can, or
Yeah, I guess you can sort of douse it with the wine a little bit.
Yeah, you just pour it out and it pops out and it's ignited. And then you pour some more wine on it and it douses it a little bit, but it reignites and nothing seems to happen.
The children don't turn back the children when it's out.
Nope.
Okay. Oh well, so much for that idea.
You hear a loud, shrill note being played outside of the cave.
Ew.
This is why we need to chase after him.
All right, let's
I'm
go.
running up there now. Yeah.
All right.
Whatever he's up to, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Run,
so
we
you
will
guys
run.
all
Yeah,
run
I
up
follow
the
the
stairs, and you don't see anything, but you hear this note being played, like as if someone's playing it while they're running down the path.
Okay. I'll follow it as best I can.
Yeah.
All right, as you go down the path, you see the two goblins that you passed by earlier, the one wearing the dress and the other with the jewel-encrusted dagger, and they stop you. They get in your way.
I just want to push him to the side. I'm in a hurry.
Everybody roll spot for me.
Dang it.
And that's a 7.
Yep, same. 7.
So 14.
14. You're looking at these goblins again, and you're kind of like reassessing, and you notice that their tattered clothing was once very fine.
Okay. So maybe he's had them for a while now.
No, I believe these were the two that we were sent after from the Lord. The reason we came to the city in the first place. Was not it a brother and sister?
Yep, niece and nephew.
Okay.
So brother, sister.
That
Okay.
would explain the jewel-encrusted dagger.
Indeed.
So he's gonna be cool taking them back as goblins. It's gonna have to be, right?
I mean, honestly, we probably should change them back into children because I feel like the Duke would say, how do I know these aren't simply goblins that you've placed into my niece and nephew's clothes? And that would be my first question, honestly.
We've got the daggers.
That, I mean, unless they've got some birthmark that doesn't change when they change, and they go, oh, of course, the birthmark's the same, clearly they're the same people who simply got transmogrified. I feel that the Duke would be a bit suspicious of this entire thing. We brought him goblin children and said, these are your niece and nephew. I don't think he would buy it for 1 second, even though it's the truth.
Fine. So do we tie these kids up and go chase after?
You do kind of see the resemblance with the inbred Duke that they do have crooked teeth.
And if we tell him that there's a clear and strong resemblance between these goblins and him, he's going to be insulted, regardless of the fact that it's true.
Is there a chance I could scoop up the girl goblin and carry her down with the boy chasing after? He seems to be protective of her.
Yeah, he's standing a little off to the side, but it looks ready to strike anybody that comes near him.
Yeah, I'm willing to take the hit to grab up the little girl goblin if I can. I have a strength of 15, so I think I can actually lug her down the hillside, depending on her size.
Because I do not want to in any way invoke grapple rules. Just go ahead and roll me a strength roll.
I do not blame you.
If any of you were a monk, you'd have just died instantly.
Oh, okay, so the roll is 14, and my strength is +2, so 16.
All right, so you go to scoop up the girl, and the other goblin does attack you.
Yes, go right ahead.
Does not hit. And let me roll strength.
I've got your sister. Follow me.
Start running down the mountain.
The other goblin is like beating on you, but is unable to get out of your hold.
Okay, I start running down the hill after the jester.
All right.
All right. With the
I
child
follow.
in arm.
Yes, and I'm assuming the brother's going to follow because he's very protective of her, and we've got her. So let's go.
Yeah, he gives a shout and follows you. Yes, for sure.
Yes, darlings, this was an excellent plan.
Yes. It's just like tag. Let's go.
Can you all roll a spot for me, please?
That's a really good question. Can we? 14.
A little better, 19.
20.
What'd you get, Courtney?
14.
14. Okay. All right. So, Courtney, you're just a little preoccupied with that dagger that the other one's holding. But the rest of you clearly see smoke where the town is.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, as long as they're not
And-
cooking out a leg.
More than would normally be there.
All right, let's go find out what's happening at the wait, is that... Can we still
I
hear
thought
the jester? Is...
No, you lost sight of him a long time ago.
Is he not playing his note on his thing anymore?
No, he's doing that. He just kept blowing it for a bit and has stopped.
All right, to town then. Let's go save those poor burning people. And tell them we know where
All
our
right.
kids are.
So
Yes.
you quickly run through the forest, being chased by this other goblin screaming.
That's right, dear. This way.
And you get to the outskirts of town, and you see that quite a few buildings are set on fire. And there appear to be armed goblins running around attacking townspeople.
Oh no. Hey, we found your all kids.
As they're like screaming by on fire, being slain by goblins. In fact,
But I guess we could help with this too. Yeah, can I just shoot a goblin who's attacking somebody?
You notice these are the goblins that you saw before. Some of them you didn't see, but you recognize the 4 that you saw earlier, and they're all running around in children's clothes. But they all have somehow procured weapons.
So their kids found them. Great.
Darlings, I think we have to find some way to reverse this spell. I mean, as I said before, they've become goblins in mind as well as body.
I'm thinking that the mayor may have a little bit more money than, what was it, 9 gold?
Yes.
Perhaps he can pay the bill that's due.
Where are we all even going to find the jester at this point?
My guess is if we have money, he'll find us.
All right, can we find the mayor? Mayor,
so
get out here.
You kind of carefully navigate the town, and in the center square, you see Copper Piece the Fool, shadowed by 2 bugbears and his little goblin cronies, or whatever you want to call them, are running around massacring the villagers. You can see that the village elder is dead at his feet.
Huh.
Well, great.
Well, we've got 2 kids that we know are worth something. And we could go down in a blaze of smoke.
I mean, honestly, darlings, other than if we can figure out whatever we were supposed to do with this candle and this wick and this fire, I'm not sure how we can reverse this or fix this.
I mean, I think as long as Copper's alive, we're kind of screwed here.
I suppose it all depends on how much of a grudge this jester will ever hold against us. You know, if we leave, will he say, let's let bygones be bygones, and it'll be fine, or is he the sort to come after us?
I don't know. Elena?
Well, it seemed we were close to forcing his hand in the cave, enough so that he had to run away.
Sure.
So he's certainly not unbeatable. The bugbears do add a twist, though. If we could force him into unconscious, we could force him to change the children back. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, is it worth it?
I have to say, I don't really like this Copper fellow. So,
Wonderful.
what the hell? We could attack him.
Great. I want to shoot him.
Before
All
before the battle starts, can I find an outhouse, toss the girl in there, and then the boy just lock it in some way to keep him busy? You guys stay in here. Don't.
You do recall the innkeeper mentioning a barn, and you see that you could very easily just throw that wooden slat across the front of it.
Yeah,
and trap them inside.
Yeah, I do that so we can.
All right,
Stay
just roll
here.
me a strength to kick the other goblin into there.
Oh, nice. That would be a 20.
Okay, and I'll see if he gets a. No, he sucks. So, all right. So he takes a swing at you. You easily dodge it, and then boot him right in the butt, and he falls over into the barn. And then you shut the barn, drop the piece of lumber, and they're secured.
Let's do this.
Great. Let's kill a jester.
All right. So, you're on the outskirts of the town square, so you're maybe 60 feet away from the center of the town, which is where he's at.
Okay.
Cool. We get like a surprise round at him.
Yep, go for it.
Awesome, because I can shoot him from here.
Me too.
High five.
Woo!
Yeah, I can't. So I'll be stepping forward to kind of play defense since we're going to get their attention. Have at it.
Okay.
Shoot a couple of magic missiles at him. Should I start off with that?
Yeah, because that can't miss.
That's true. And 3. 6 damage altogether. It's Mr. Chester.
Alrighty.
All right. I wanna use my rapid shot again and fire a couple more arrows.
All right, go for it.
Okay. So the first one is 17. And the second one, that's a 1 on the die.
Oh.
That was a crit fail. Wonderful.
Alrighty. High or low for better results?
High.
All right. Roll damage for your first one.
All right. Oh yeah, that'll be max damage with 13.
Nice.
I hit him. Finally shot somebody with an arrow.
Yay!
So you launch off these 2 arrows. The first one goes and hits Copperpiece, and he seemingly looks very shocked. And he says, "Curses!" and falls to the floor. The other arrow flies past him and hits one of the villagers in the back.
Oh! Ooh. Oops. That was one of the goblins, right? My bad.
It was the pepper salesman. This village is doomed.
It's all right, darling. Nobody ever needs to know.
The pepper
How are
miller.
those goblins doing? Pepper miller.
The goblins don't appear to have done anything different. They're still chasing down villagers. The bugbears, however, look a little agitated.
Mhm.
But seeing as how this just happened and they had absolutely no ability and you just downed their leader, they have reconsidered their evil ways, at least for the present time. And they yell, and the goblins all heed their call, and they all run out of town as quickly as possible.
Oh,
They go toward the
Wonderful.
mountain, I assume?
No, they go a different way.
Oh, really?
They go out to the east. And the mountain was at imaginary north. So
All right.
great. Villagers, we found your kids.
So the surviving villagers all come by and they're like, "What in blazes has happened?" And they see the downed fool in the center of the city square.
I go to check on the down fool. Is he in fact dead?
He's bleeding out.
Okay, I put an end to that. I do not. I don't kill him. let me rephrase that.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't kill him yet. Maybe we can get some
No.
information from him.
I just do a cure minor wound to stop the bleeding and
All
stabilize.
right,
him.
you stabilize him. Soon afterwards, he gains consciousness. Oh, that's not the face I wanted to wake up to.
Yeah, nice. You're lucky you woke up at all.
Touche.
How do you put this wick out? Make it stop.
That's the question, not the kids.
It turns out the wick had nothing to do with the children, so that's the hilarious bit. It's like just a trick candle this whole
Yeah.
time.
It's just one of those
He
damn birthday candles.
is looking at you like, "What in the heck are you talking about?" And then, do you show him the wick?
Sure. Let's pull that out. Just dangle it in front of him.
And he's looking at this wick that is on fire, and he's like, he's not making the connection.
Darling, this was the candle on a pedestal. We figured it had something to do with you turning the children into goblins. We'd like to turn them all back.
What she said.
Oh, yes, of course. Kind adventurers. I surely can help you in this endeavor. For the price of my life, of course.
Yeah, I won't kill you. No problem.
Fine.
Okay.
All right, darling. But honestly, if we come across you again and you're pulling this same stunt again, honestly, there's going to be issues with us, darling. Just be aware of that.
Certainly, I would try to avoid you in the future at all costs. Believe me.
That's all that I ask.
So he stands up and brushes himself off. He's like, "So, we have a deal, yes?"
And what is this deal? You turn the children back, and we don't kill you?
Correct.
Yes.
Excellent, darling. Agreed.
Well then, and he does a little twirl. I fare thee well. And he throws another potion down and disappears. And you hear him laughing maniacally as he runs off in the distance. And he's like, "They're in the cave, you fools!"
Well, yes, but are they still goblins? This is important.
Darling, if we find out that those children are still goblins, we are coming for you.
I will hunt you down.
Oh,
Jesters.
check the barn.
Yes, I checked the barn.
All right, so you open the barn door and you see the two goblins in there. And they're like, they look very, very, very frightened. The other goblin throws the dagger at your feet and kind of like gives a like no hard feelings.
I put this
Right.
dagger in my sack.
All right. Hey, townsfolk, I'm real sorry, but your kids are still goblins. They're up in that mountain if you want them. We got to take these two.
The goblins look at each other. No, don't take us. Leave us be. We want to
Take
be
you home.
here. What'd you say?
So we're going to take you home.
No, this is home. Leave us alone.
I think I have, I have 2 left. So I do a quick detect magic on the goblins.
They are non-magical.
What?
Darlings, where did you get these clothes?
You want clothes? And they take off the clothes and throw them at you.
Naked goblins.
They're clothes. You take dagger and clothes, and we go. They point behind you.
Where were the children who were wearing these clothes?
They point once again back at the mountain.
Of course.
Oh, fine. Let's go clear out the cave. Let's get the kids from the cave.
All right, yeah. Screw it. Let's go back to the mountain.
Do you leave these two alone?
Yeah.
Why not? Can I just usher them out the barn? Go. Your companions went east. Be gone. We're done with all of this, honestly.
Okay, they run off.
All right. We'll return to the mountain.
All right, so
Round up all
you
the kids.
make
Pretend
haste to the
go
mountain, and you see unclothed children milling about the cave entrance.
Oh, sorry.
Here,
kids.
as soon as you come in, and they say, "Oh, our saviors, thank you so much."
Oh,
Hello,
welcome.
darlings. Yes.
let's get you kids home and clothed.
Yeah.
You can see there's 2 of them that are a little bit less sturdy than the others.
Oh, darlings. Do they look like the Duke, kind of?
Yeah, they have very fair skin,
Yeah.
unblemished by things like the sun and hard labor.
Yeah. Darlings, I dare say you're the Duke's niece and nephew. We've been tasked with finding you. Just come along.
Oh yes, thank you so much. The Duke will be so happy to have us back. Thank you.
Excellent, darlings. Come along. So, I guess we gather up all the children that were up in the cages and stuff.
All right,
Okay,
so
Kevin.
you lead the.
We should probably break it to them easy about what things are like in town. Like, darlings, there's some bad news about the town. It has come under siege by goblins recently, and fair bit of it is destroyed. But well, we're taking you home, so there's that.
They still seem very ecstatic to have been freed. So you lead this odd procession of children back to the town, and the surviving village people, of course, are very grateful. A few look pretty mad, regardless, and
This is
they
not on us.
give you a bag of 500 copper pieces.
Sweet. And I look
Thanks,
at the copper and be
Let's
like,
go see the Duke.
copper piece. Yeah, let's go to the Duke with his
All right. So
nephew.
after, of course, clothing the children, I presume,
Yes.
you head back to the Duke, and he is ecstatic to have his niece and nephew back. And he
Yeah.
bestows upon the three of you whichever, of course, it is that you want: land, title, or gold.
I'm taking the land.
I'm taking the gold.
Yeah, I'm taking the gold too. The church gets its cut.
All right.
Gold is freedom, man. So much you can buy.
Come visit me on my land, man. I set aside a nice little preserve, very, very woodsy.
Yeah. So you got just beautiful tract of land, just nearby a fairly well developed village. You've got like taxation rights on the couple of serfs that live on that land and everything else. So you're set. Vera, you receive 3,000 gold pieces. And
Worth it.
is it Elena?
Yes.
Okay. Elena, he gives you 3,000 gold and donates 1,000 gold to the Church of Palor.
Excellent.
Now I have 3,009 gold, you guys.
Well, and however you want to split up the 500 copper pieces.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
All right.
My serfs are-
Congratulations. The adventure comes to a fold.
We beat Copper Guy. Copper Piece? Is that it? Copper Piece the
Copper
Fool?
piece the fool.
Copper Piece the Fool.
Dirty fool.
Yeah. Eat Copper Piece. He didn't even get those copper pieces. We got his copper. He's a fool.
But he made it out alive.
Yeah, he did. He did. Whatever. Everybody's happy. You know, the villagers got their children back. We got money. Copper Piece got his life. This is what you call a win-win situation, really.
Except for like a couple orphans now.
You know, all the murder and
A village
destruction.
elder here or there.
You know, that village elder had it coming.
He didn't keep
He
his
brought-
contracts.
All of this on the village. This is his comeuppance. Just saying.
True. That's true.
Did you have any questions about what happened, or should we leave it a mystery?
So none of those got like he literally just like unclothed the children and put him on a bunch of goblins. And this is gonna be hilarious, you guys. They're gonna think I turned children into goblins, and then I think there's probably an illusion spell in the cave, like just a
Correct.
yeah.
See, what would have been really bad is if you just decided to like swarm in and start killing all the goblins.
But see, when you said like they're in cages and they look afraid, it was like, well, yeah, you know, and because like we'd already thought that the other children were the other goblins were children, like it made sense to us to like not go after them.
Well, there was lots of options. So
There
depending
was
on the
a more
it could be
group
really
might-
bad.
I could see a super murderous group just going in there and just being like,
Kill them all.
"Yeah, kill all the goblins.
Cool, they're in a
goblins."
cage? Easy. And then they
Yeah.
turn back into children and they're like, oops. Oh.
Whoops.
Oh. Good job,
Mira's out for
guys.
herself, but she's not murderous, you know.
Hey, the village just lost a couple building and a couple of inhabitants, but mostly everybody made it out right. That's pretty good resolution.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much, you guys. I'll run through our little spiel one last time. You've been watching the Roll for Change charity stream. We've been raising money for the American Immigration Council, which promotes and defends laws and policies that honor our proud history as a nation of immigrants and seeks to drive a rational public discussion on immigration. So far tonight, we have raised $1,210, you guys. That's
Very
awesome.
nice.
And you can keep on donating. You scroll down a little bit, you'll find our little donate link to go over to American Immigration Council and send some money their way. You can just type in bit.ly/roll-for-change. Or if you like, you can text the word council, COUNCIL, and the amount that you want to donate and your name to 41444, and all of that will work. Help out the American Immigration Council, you guys. They're doing a lot of good to help immigrants out, help with the protecting their basic human rights. So that's about it. Does anybody want to roll right through one last time with our little Twitters and stuff like that? Mike?
Sure thing.
Oh, you want me to lead it off? Well, thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the adventure. I'm Mike Lane. You can find me on Twitter at OneGamingLane, or, of course, at Firefly Podcast or at CAF Podcast for the two podcasts that I'm on.
I'm Scott Blake, and you can find me at Skyren Podcast or at the Scott Blake on Twitter if you want to follow me or the show directly. Thank you.
I'm Tom Flanagan. As I mentioned before, I run the KOTN podcast, Actual Play. You can find us either on Facebook or KOTNpodcast.com.
And I'm Courtney Brooke Davis. You can find me at Comics Courtney, and you can find Roll for Change at Roll for Change, where it's the number 4. Please follow us. We're going to keep on doing these streams. I think